In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can start dominating with the operator Lion in Rainbow Six Siege. I'll be giving you a full-on guide for him. Make sure you do stick around to the end of the video because there are some very spicy tricks towards the end that you can use with him. If this guide does help you out, be sure to drop a like on the video. Without further ado, it's time to start showing you how to play Lion. Lion is an extremely underrated operator in Rainbow Six Siege right now, and he is a very strong one too. You need to start playing him more. He is currently underpicked, but is having a really high win rate, and there are many reasons why, and I'll show you every single one of them. First off, for Lion's loadout, he will offer you the assault rifle, which is the V308, or you can go for the marksman rifle, the DMR, the 417, and he's also going to offer you the shotgun, which is the SGCQB. Now for me here, there is one clear winner that stands out, and that is the V308. If you throw yourself an angled grip and a compensator on that weapon, you have yourself an absolute rushing machine of a weapon. Not only does it deal a decent amount of damage, but it also has 50 bullets in its mag. It allows you to swing corners with absolute ease with that angled grip, and it allows you to take out your enemies very quickly by doing a little quick peek on them and moving on to the next one. It is fantastic and is quite an underrated weapon in my eyes, and is the ideal weapon for an entry fragger like Lion. The 417 is a decent weapon, but to me it doesn't really suit Lion's playstyle. It may offer an alternative playstyle, but for the playstyle I'm going to be teaching you, it won't suit that. The reason why I wouldn't recommend the weapon is because it doesn't really suit Lion's ability and how he's going to be using it to move him forward in the best way and the most effective way possible. Any different playstyle to the one I'm going to show you is pretty much sitting back with Lion and essentially wasting his potential. Lion is an aggressive attacker. The shotgun, on the other hand, is a decent shotgun to be fair, offers an alternative playstyle. I would never use it. However, in situations where you are going to be hard rushing, it may be viable, but I do still think that V308 will come out on top with that angled grip. For his secondaries, he has the P9, which is a pistol, and he also has the revolver. If you feel confident when switching to your secondary and are looking for a weapon that does more damage but doesn't necessarily have more bullets, so you will have to be more accurate with your aim, go for that revolver. However, if you want to switch to a secondary that has a lot more bullets for that safety net, and on top of that it won't do as much damage but those bullets still matter to you, go for the P9. Again, it doesn't matter which one you are more accurate with, it all comes down to how comfortable you are switching to that secondary. That's what you look for. For Lion's gadgets, he will offer you the stun grenades or the claymore. Here, it's all about your team's composition and what your playstyle for that round is going to be and how you're attacking it. If you want to take that claymore to cover a flank or simply use it to block off an entry point, then go for it. If your teammate brings a claymore, then they can use theirs. Look at your team's composition first. On top of that, that claymore can also be replaced with simply your ability, because Lion is great for watching those flanks and being an anti-roamer operator. On top of that, the flashbangs can be also really useful if you're not in need of that claymore and you can use your ability for the purpose. The flashbangs suit Lion's aggressive playstyle really well here, so I would definitely recommend you to bring them if you're going to be going for that, and they can be useful for you. Next up, we have Lion's desired role, which is the playstyle and how you should be using him. Lion can be played as an entry fragger, but there's also one more playstyle he can be too. The reason why Lion first of all can be an entry fragger is because his ability allows him to gain that map control early on, push into the places where you can gain that map control for you and your team. He's a great entry fragger because he can easily clear out roamers. His ability is all designed around that, and make sure you stick around because we're going to be moving on to his ability very swiftly. His weapon is really useful too for entry fragging. He may not be the entry fragger that comes to your mind when you think of that role, however I would definitely put him in there and he can do a decent job. The preferred role that I like to play him in, and is often used more, is the support. To specify, I would class him as an anti-roamer and crowd control attacker, which would probably fall into that support realm, but that is the specifics of it. Lion supplies your team with a lot of intel and can definitely help your team out controlling areas and moving forward on in the map, helping the entry fraggers too. But on top of that, he's also a support player that has a lot of aggressive burst. He can use his ability to quickly enter areas and clear them out and move on forward. He can help his team in a push, moving him forward into the objective, and overall, that angle grip and V308 is going to help him with exactly that. Remember that when you are playing in whatever role you decide to choose, remember that your ability is not just for intel gathering all the time, it can also be used to control the map and control the players on it. There's a lot more factors that go into it when using his ability with his playstyle. Speaking of his ability, we're moving right onto Lion's ability right now. Lion's ability is the EE1D. or the E1D, however you say it. Lion has 3 of these scans in his arsenal. When Lion decides to use his ability, it will have a timer tick down from 3 seconds to 0, which means that the defenders have a 3-second warning to stop moving. Afterwards, a short 3-second period again, around about 3 seconds, will take place, where if any defender moves, they will then be scanned. When the defender does get scanned, it often looks like Alibi's hologram. It will ping their location around about 3 times. A counter you need to know about is going to be Vigil. When Vigil activates his ability, if he has a full bar and he activates it right before that A1D goes off, this will be in that 3-second warning phase. Vigil can completely evade Lion's ability, which means he can move around whilst the ability is going off and everyone else on his team is standing still. Lion's ability might seem quite useful to you now because he can gather a lot of intel, but that isn't the main reason why you should be picking Lion. Lion has a lot of control over the players that he's going to be coming up against. When you activate Lion's ability, you essentially know that when it's going off, that every single player is going to be standing still unless they have a Vigil on their team or they're moving. If they are going to be moving, they're going to get pinged, so either way, that is what you're looking at. A great example of where this can be used is if you are trying to flush out a roamer. When you are trying to find this roamer, you find them, they manage to rotate away because you are putting a lot of pressure on them. When they're rotating away, if you see them rotate away, you activate your ability, they then have to stop moving or they continue on up getting pinged. When they get pinged, if you are solo queuing for example, this then alerts your other teammates that there is a roamer on the move, which means they can then flush them out from a different angle and completely catch them off guard from a new perspective. You can also very easily force a roamer to delay their flank if you suspect someone might be flanking you. You activate it, you know they've delayed their flank, and they're going to have to wait a bit longer because they don't want to get tagged. He can be really useful in solo queue and when communicating in a team, especially in solo queue. But on top of that, you have a lot of control over the defenders. When you activate it, they're standing still, which limits their movement and their positioning, which means they're most likely going to be holding angles or will be behind cover. This gives you a lot of power. You know what angles to look for and can potentially flush them out with a different angle or some utility like a grenade or other positions. It can be useful when trying to take a one-on-one gunfight or simply when pushing site. When you take it, you can then move forward because you know they're going to be holding those angles. On top of that, it's also great for taking map control for that exact same reason. You must be careful though, because when you activate it, it doesn't mean you can run around like a headless chicken taking all the map control. They can still hold angles stationary. But this is where it gets even better. Lion creates a lot of sound, and that is the main reason players hate Lion. You know that sound that goes off when Lion's ability gets activated and you can barely hear anything? That can cover up a lot, which is why it's great combined with the control that you have. It can cover up you pushing in, it can cover up a breach, it can cover up many things. But not only that, it frustrates and annoys the defenders. If you activate your ability, that sound goes off, that annoying sound, that is the main reason why you should be picking Lion. It then frustrates the defender, but not only that, they can't hear anything while you are pushing forward. It limits your footstep. That is why you should be picking Lion. Remember, players can still hold that angle stationary and it does not give your team a free kill. When you are playing in a team, make sure that you activate it to help your teammates out too, not just yourself. You can judge this by where they're pushing or heading. Remember, these big mistakes are not to get greedy. When you activate it, it doesn't give you free control of the map. And also, don't activate it at the start of the round. You may gain a lot of intel because players are moving around, but that intel is completely pointless because you're in the prep phase and it will disappear within seconds. That right there is why you should be playing Lion, and it's also how to play Lion and master him. If you did find that this video helped you out, be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe for more tips and tricks videos just like this. Comment down below who your favorite attacker is right now. Is it Lion himself or somebody else? I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.